This pattern is the third part of the Rustling Leaves Blanket Crochet Along. I adjusted my waves of grain pattern to fit the squared blanket. You can find the tutorial for the stitch itself on my blog made by Guti. You can also find the full waves of grain granny square pattern on my YouTube channel. I will link everything below. Okay, so let's start the first round. We will start by chaining 2 and working the first V path of the first corner. So we will work into the last stitch that we slip stitch into in the last round, and we will work a V path, which is one path, chain 1, and a second path into the same stitch. So to work the first path, we are yarning over, inserting the hook into the same stitch, yarning over and pulling up a loop to the height of the chain 2. Then we are repeating 2 more times. And now that we have 7 loops on the hook, we are yarning over and pulling the yarn through all 7 loops. And now we will chain 1 and work a second puff stitch into the same stitch. Okay, so this is the first V puff of the corner, and now we will skip the next 2 stitches and work a V double crochet stitch into the next stitch. So work a double crochet, then chain 1 and work another double crochet into the same stitch. So this is the beginning of round 1. And now we are going to start the repeat section of the pattern. For the blanket, you will repeat it 9 times. Here I'm going to repeat it a couple of times because I have a smaller sample. So for the repeat section, we are skipping the next 2 stitches, then working a V puff into the next stitch, then skipping another 2 stitches and working a V double crochet into the next stitch until we have 2 stitches left before the corner single crochet stitch. I recommend using a stitch marker. I didn't use here, but it will help you to find the corner in each round. So let's start. Skip the next 2 stitches and work a V puff into the next stitch. Then skip the next 2 stitches and work a V double crochet. And I'm repeating one more time. Now I have only 2 stitches left before the corner single crochet. This is the corner stitch. So I'm going to work the corner. I'm going to work 1 V puff, then chain 2 and a second V puff all into the same stitch. So work the first V puff, then chain 2 for the corner and work a second V-puff into the same single crochet stitch. Okay, so this is the first side of the round and the corner, and now we will repeat the pattern in all sides of the square, and I will meet you at the end of the round. Okay, so after you work the last V double crochet stitch, we will work again into the same stitch that we worked in the beginning of the round. So we will work a V-puff into the same stitch, into the corner stitch, and to finish off this round we will chain 2 and slip stitch to the top of the first puff, not the chain 2, the puff stitch. And now we will turn. We will turn and continue to round 2. Okay, so for round 2 we are slip stitching back into the chain 2 corner, and we are starting this corner by working a V double crochet stitch. So you have two options here. You can work a stacked single crochet into the corner and then chain 1 and work another double crochet, or work a chain 3, sorry, then add another chain, so you work 4 chains, and then which count as 1 double crochet and 1 chain 1 space, and then work a double crochet into the same space. So I'm going to work a stacked single crochet. I'm just going to insert the hook, yarn over and pull the loop through the space, then yarn over and pull the yarn through 2 loops as I'm creating a single crochet. Then I'm going to work into the left leg of the stitch. I'm inserting the hook, then yarning over and pulling up a loop, and then yarning over and pulling the yarn through the 2 loops. So I have 2 single crochet stacked over each other. Then I'm chaining 1 and working another double crochet into the same space. So this is half of the corner of the first corner, and now we are going to work into all of the chain 1 spaces in the next round. So we are skipping the first puff and working a V puff into the chain 1 space. So basically in this round we are going to work a V puff into the chain 1 space of the V puff stitches and a V double crochet into the spaces of the V double crochet stitches. So skip the first puff and work a V puff into the next chain 1 space. Then skip the next puff and the next double crochet and work a V double crochet into the next space. And you will repeat until you reach the chain 2 space. So just keep working the same stitch into each of the spaces of the chain 1 spaces, and then I will meet you at the chain 2 corner. Okay, so when you reach the chain 2 corner, we will work 1 double crochet, chain 1, then a second double crochet, then a second chain 1 and a third double crochet all into the same chain 2 space. So this is not 2 V double crochet stitches, this is 3 double crochet stitches that are separated by chain 1 spaces. So again, skip the next puff stitch and work a double crochet into the space, to the corner, then chain 1, work a second double crochet, this will be the corner double crochet stitch, then we will chain 1 again and work a third double crochet into the chain 2 space. And now we'll continue working as we did in the first side of the square. Just work a V puff into a V puff and a V double crochet into a V double crochet stitch. Repeat working around, and I will meet you at the end of the second round. When we reach the end of the round, we will work 1 double crochet into the first chain 2 of the round. Then we will chain 1 and slip stitch to the top of the stacked single crochet, or if you worked chain 4, then slip stitch into the third chain. Okay, and now we will turn for round 3. Okay, so on the third round we are going to shift the stitches to the side, so we are going to work a V double crochet into a V puff and a V puff into a V double crochet stitch. So we are starting with the corner, we have the double crochet corner stitch, and we are going to slip stitch into the next chain 1 space, and then we will work a V puff into this space, so chain 2 and work a V puff into the chain 1 space, then skip the next double crochet and puff stitch and work a V double crochet into the next chain 1 space, and now this is when your pattern is starting to repeat itself, so work a V puff stitch into the next chain 1 space, which is the V double crochet stitch, and a V puff stitch into the chain 1 space of the and a V double crochet stitch into the chain 1 space of the V puff stitch. So you are going to repeat until you reach the corner double crochet stitch. You will work a V puff stitch into the last chain 1 space, and then I will meet you to create the corner. Okay, so when I work the last V puff of the side of the square and I reach the second double crochet of the corner, which is the corner double crochet, I'm just going to chain 2 and skip this double crochet stitch and work a V puff into the next chain 1 space. So the corner will be created by just working the chain 2 space. This is going to be the corner of this round. So just continue working this round and I will meet you at the end of this round to join it. When you reach the corner double crochet and made your last puff, we will just chain 1, not 2. We are chaining 1 because it will help us create a better shape for the square. And then we will slip stitch into the top of the puff stitch, not the chain 2, the puff stitch. Okay, so this is it for round 3, and we will move on to the last round, round 4. So turn your square, and now we will slip stitch into the same chain 1 we just made, and again start by working a stacked single crochet and chain 1, or you can replace it with a chain 4. And now chain 1, and we will work another double crochet into the same chain 1 space. And now we will work the same stitch into the same space of the stitch in the round below. So we will work a V puff into the next chain 1 space. And then a V double crochet into the next chain 1 space. And then just repeat until you reach the chain 2 space. This time we won't work the 3 double crochet corner, we'll work 2 V double crochet stitches. So continue working. When you finish the last puff of the side of the square, I will meet you to work the corner. Now to make the corner, we are working 1 V double crochet stitch into the chain 2 corner, then we are chaining 2 to create the corner, and work a second V double crochet into the same space. So we have 2 V double crochet stitches separated by the chain 2 space, which will be the corner. So continue working the rest of the round, and I will meet you at the end of it. Okay, so once you reached the end of the round, we will work a V double crochet into the first chain 1 of the round. And now we will chain 1 again, not 2. At the last corner we are chaining 1 to avoid from the square from becoming wobbly. And now we will slip stitch to the top of the stacked single crochet, or if you work the chain 4, then slip stitch into the 3rd chain. Okay, so this is it for the 3rd section of the Rustling Leaves blanket. So just turn and continue working the transition round, and then move on to section 4.